Hello and welcome to One Card Wonder Wednesday for today, Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. I wanted to show you this cute little card that we're going to make today. It is basically just one layer. It's pretty flat, so you don't have to worry about extra postage through the mail. The only thing you do need to do is once you put it inside one of the little envelopes that these Whisper White narrow note cards come with, you'd have to put this inside a regular envelope. It would cost you just regular postage. It's not going to be super thick, so you wouldn't have to worry about paying extra to mail it. Now, I use the Beautiful You stamp set, which comes with two different cases because there are a lot of stamps in this stamp set. It's really pretty. It's really versatile to use for a lot of different things. I've especially seen this one used a lot for graduation cards, and then they made a little graduation cap on the girl. Which I thought was really cute. The only two stamps that we use out of it are this woman and the Happy Birthday Gorgeous. Now, I used a small piece of the Brights DSP assortment. I just wanted to show you this, how pretty these colors are. You get Gorgeous Grape, Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, and Poppy Parade. Now, when you order your pack, it'll come in a little cellophane bag, and you will get, I believe, yes, 40 sheets. So you get 4 sheets of each, and they are, different designs. So each side is a different, design. One side is stripes, one side is polka dots, and there's 2 different patterns of each. So anyway, this is the little card we're going to make, but today we are going to use a piece of Daffodil Delight instead of the Pacific Point, excuse me. I need to grab one of my little cards so we are ready with our card. And we're going to stamp the lady on the card first because I want the Memento ink to dry before we use the Stampin' Blends markers with it, because you want to make sure it's good and dry so it doesn't spread it around. And I didn't want her quite in the middle, this way. So I brought her down just a little bit so we have room for our Happy Birthday Gorgeous at the top. And we will go ahead and just stamp that right now as well, just to get it on there. And hopefully I get it on there straight. Ooh, pretty good, not too bad. Now I'm going to take the stamp with the lady on it, and I'm going to move my card over just for a moment. I'm going to set that over here. And we're going to stamp the image on the Daffodil Delight paper. Now, some of you may have seen this technique before. To some of you, it may be new. But you stamp your image onto the paper. And then what we're going to do is we are going to fussy cut out the dress. And then we are going to fussy cut the hat as well because we want her hat to match her dress. So the first thing I always do is I just cut it off from the larger sheet just because it makes it easier for cutting. And you don't have to cut it perfectly when you're cutting it off from the sheet. And now I'm just gonna, I don't want the bottom rim of the hat because we're gonna color that in with a marker, with a darker marker, so it has shade, so it's shaded. But we're just gonna cut out the hat. And we'll set that aside while we cut the dress out. Now, if any of you have ever done this before, you know why it's called fussy cutting, because you have to be fussy. You have to be careful when you're doing it. It's not difficult to do. Some people really don't like doing it, so it's up to you. And now, as you noticed, I cut off this little outside line because that's just a little, like a little sketch mark, I guess. So you obviously can't cut all of the little sketch marks. I'm gonna chop her little hand off here because we don't need her hand. Like I said, you don't need all the little sketch marks because those are gonna show up because you've already stamped the image anyway. So like here on the arm, I'm just gonna cut those little sketch marks off because we don't need them. And because it would be extremely difficult to try and cut all of those. And if you notice, if you get a little off, you can just go back and cut off that little bit of color if you don't want it there. Or I will show you a little trick that I do as well. Get rid of that piece. I have been thinking about making an entire little set of these cards, one in each of the 10 colors of the Brights, just because I think they're so pretty, and I think it would just be a really cute set of cards. But I'm not sure if anybody needs that many Happy Birthday Gorgeous cards. So if I did them, I would probably give them away in like sets of 2 or 4 or something like that, not 10 at a time. So there's our little dress. And now, if for some reason, like say right here, you can't really see very well, but there's a little bit of yellow showing and I want it to be black, I'm just gonna get out one of my Stampin' Right markers, the one in basic black, or you could use a dark gray, or the basic gray, you know, it doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna go over the edge with the marker just a little bit where that yellow shows, so then it's not on there anymore. And then it looks like you've cut everything out perfectly. And people are gonna be like, how do you do that? Just that good. That's how I do it. You can go around the whole edge if you want to. I mean, it's completely up to you how detailed you want to get with that, or how fussy, so to speak. So now that we have the dress cut out, we're just gonna use some of the Tombow glue. Which for the hat, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue. And you don't have to put a lot, because once it sticks, it's there. Or once it dries, it's there. Just enough to hold it there. And you don't want to move it around too much. I'm going to do the same with the dress. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Now you could just put it on the back of your DSP as well and flip your DSP over. That's how I did the first one. But I wanted to try it this way just to see if it's a little bit easier to get it where I want it without getting glue all over the place. And it does seem to work pretty well like this. Sorry, I hope I didn't have my face in the camera there blocking what I was doing. So I was kind of getting into it. Now she's gorgeous with her yellow hat. And now I used the Ivory Stampin' Blend just to color her skin in. And you can use any skin tones. There's a bronze in there. You could mix them to get different colors if you needed this lighter or darker. You can use the color lifter to make it lighter. And I'm just going to do her face in here. You don't have to be perfect with it because the image doesn't really show her face. Now, I wanted to use the Night of Navy. I did it with this one as well on the inside of the hat because that's shaded, so you're not going to see the bright yellow color anyway. It's going to be darker under her hat. So I'm just going to turn it sideways while I just color this in just a little bit. I'll color that little edge in. And there you have it. That's it. That is this entire card. It is finished. It took just a couple of minutes. What I love about this technique where you stamp and then fussy cut out the pattern, we have so many wonderful DSP patterns that you could do a floral pattern. And like I said, with this Brights DSP, I wanted to do the polka dots. I just thought the polka dots were cute. And I think they turned out very well. But you could use any of the DSPs. This month is a great month because they're a selection of DSP is buy 3 get 1 free, so make sure you check it out at valeriesmith.stampinup.net. Join me on Facebook. I would love to have you, and thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a great day today, and I will see you next week.